Welcome to the paper 2 prelim from 5th of March 2024. This is a walkthrough of the different questions. Hopefully it'll help you with your revision. Okay, so starting at question 1, a company stated it will increase its hourly rate of pay to its workers by 3% each year for the next 3 years. So that's 3% each year for 3 years. The hourly rate is £8.50 and we have to calculate it to the nearest penny. Okay, let me just change to a nicer pen. Right, let's see how this works now. We have got £8.50 and that is our 100%. We're looking to increase it by 3%, so plus 3%. So we're looking for 103%, and that's the same as 1.03. So our multiplier is 1.03 and we're doing repeatedly that for 3 years. So we have got our £8.50 times 1.03 repeatedly for 3 years, so cubed. We stick that into our calculator, which is here, 1.03 to the power, I need the scientific calculator. Right, so let's try that again. 1.03 to the power of 3. And I'm going to times that all by my £8.50. Now you put it into your calculator however your calculator does it. So I've got 9.2881795 and I'm asked to the nearest penny. Remember, anything bigger than a 5, well, 5 and bigger rounds up. So the second of the 8s there means that we'll be rounding up to 29. So we have got £9.29, and always write what you've done it to. So to the nearest penny. That's terrible handwriting. Okay, this diagram shows a sector of a circle. Remember, a sector of a circle is part of a circle, and we've got a radius of 22 and a centre O. We're given that this angle is 125. We have to calculate the perimeter of the sector. Now we're going to use the circumference, and if you remember, that's 2 pi r, and we're going to use the fact that we only want 125 degrees of that, so we want 125 out of a possible 360 degrees of our 2 times pi times our radius of 22. We'll let the calculator do all the work, but that will only give us the outside edge, so that'll give us that bit. We're working the perimeter, so we will also need to add the 22 for this radius and the 22 for this radius. Okay, so let's get our calculator out and have a go. We've got 125 divided by 360, and we're going to times that by 2, times it by 22, and times it by pi. Where's pi hiding? There's pi. Right, I have got my value and I'm going to add my 22 and 22, so 44. So I get a total of 528.32. I'm going to round it to one decimal place. I'm going to do 528.3. And we're dealing with centimetres. And I did that to one decimal place because they didn't give us any information on what they wanted it to. So I had free choice there. Remember, so long as your rounding is to a valid number, you round correctly and you state the decimal places or to the nearest penny or to the nearest whole number or whatever, you won't get marked down, but you do need to state what you've done. Okay, calculate the area of this triangle given that it has a perimeter of length 30 centimetres. Now we've not been given the height. That means we've got to use the area formula. Okay, and I've just realised I've not got a formula sheet on me. Right, bear with me a second while I bring up a file. This is going to have a wee fit on me, don't worry about it. I'm just hoping it brings up the formula sheet before it has the fit. Word's not currently playing ball. Okay. Nope, I don't care. I don't care. Right, come down. Ooh, formula. Alright, so area of a triangle, half AB sine C. Okay. Let's get back to our page. So we want to state, that's what we're using. Half AB sine C. Now that's the formula, but that's not what we've got as our letters. So our C is actually A, and our A and B are this side and this side. We have been told that the triangle has a perimeter of length 30 centimetres. So that's round the outside edge, adds up to 30. In order to use this formula, we need this unknown side AC. So AC is 30 minus 12 minus 10, 20, 10, 8. So that's 8 centimetres. Okay. And we're going to use the formula. So we have got the area is a half times 8 and 10 and sine 115. Right, so let's get our calculator back out. We've got, well, half of 8 is 4, so 4 times 10 is 40, times sine, no, that's not the way this calculator does it. Right, I need sine 115, so I need to sine that first. There we go, and I can times that by my 40, and I will get 36.25 approximately. So 36.3 to one decimal place, or 25 to 2 decimal places. So 36.25 centimetres squared, because it's area, and 2 decimal places. Okay. Just be careful. What have they given you? What information have they given you to get what you need from it? And then place everything in. That should look like a 5. Right. Okay. Now we've got a cylinder, and we're told to calculate the volume of liquid that the cylinder can hold when completely full. Remember, a cylinder is the area of its base times its height. Any prism is the area of the shape at the bottom times the height, or times the distance to the other end. A prism has the same shape at both ends and all the way through. Now, to find the area of the circle, we need the radius. We have a diameter of 18, so we have a radius of 9. The area of the circle, I'm not writing the whole thing, is pi r squared. So the area of the cylinder, the volume, sorry, is going to be pi 9 squared times the height of 28. Okay, let's get our calculator back out. We have got pi, oh, clear that off, pi times 9 squared times 28. 7125.1 7125.1 centimeters cubed to 1 decimal place. As you can tell, I like 1 and 2 decimal places. 7125, yep, that's what I got. Okay. Next step. At an air show, now this is one of the questions that would not turn up in question 5. In the actual exam, this would be closer to the end of the paper. So at an air show, a jet flies by the control tower at a constant height of h. So we've always got this 20 for the control tower, and we've got the height that it flies past. A radar dish set at a height of 20 meters on the tower continually measures the distance to the jet, r meters, and the angle it moves through, a, to keep it in sight. The variables are related by the formula h equals 20 plus r sine a. So this is our important bit. The picture's there for use. It's not the important bit. We have to find the angle A at the 2 times the jet is at 200 meters from the radius, from the dish, sorry. So we've got 200 as our radius as it flies by at a fixed height of 100 meter. So the height is 100. Okay. Supposed to be 100, not 160. There we go. And there's the first time it does it, but it does it again when it comes out this way. And that angle will also be A. And that radius, R, will also be 200. Okay? Now, this is using some facts that we know, and it's using an equation. You don't have to get all hung up about what's what, why is it trigonometry, and or what's the curve look like, or anything like that. Just plug in what you know. We've got h is 100. We know that's 20 plus our radius of 200 sine our unknown angle. Rearrange to get sine A on its own. So I've got 100 take 20, so that's 80 equals 200 sine A. 80 divided by 200 is our sine A. And to find A, we're going to have to use the inverse function. So we have got 80 divided by 200. You put it into your calculator, however your calculator takes it, and I need to find the second function of sine. So 23.578. I'm going to say 23.578. I'm not going to do the whole thing. 23.578. Okay. Now the other time that it comes in, because we're using sine, you've got to remember your cast or your sine graph. When is it also at 23.578? So I'm going to have it here. I'm also going to have it here. So it's coming back from the 180. So I've got this angle here, and it's also that angle there. So how far back is it from my 180? So A is also at 180 minus our 23.578, which is 180. Oh, missed it. 180 minus 23.578, 156.422. 156.422. Okay. Right. Let me just double check that. Yep, that's all they wanted from us. A function is defined as f of x equals 2x squared minus 7x plus 3. Given that f of a equals 0 and that a is less than 2, find the value of a. So we've got a quadratic function here, so it'll have two values for a. We're only interested in the one that's less than 2. This is a pain, but let's give it a go. So f of a equals 0, so f of a equals 0. So I'm going to replace the x's with a, I'm going to replace the f of a with 0, so I've got 0 equals 2a squared minus 7a plus 3. Now, if you're good at your factorising, you're probably going to be able to work out what that is. If you're not good at the factorising, use the formula. For the sake of argument, I am going to use the formula because I tend to find that quicker. The formula states x equals minus b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac all over 2a. Okay, so if we plug in the numbers we've got, our a is 2, our b is minus 7, and our c is 3. So that gives us, did that go? Yep. We have got a equals, I've got minus b minus 7, so plus 7, plus, and I've got the same with minus. I'm going to work out this b squared minus 4ac first. So b squared is minus 7 squared. Minus 7 all squared is 49. And we're going to do minus 4 times 2 times 3 because there are no other negatives there. 4 times 2 is 8 times 3 is 24. So 49 take 24, which is, you're allowed your calculators, remember, which is 25, and it's the square root of that, so the square root of 25 is 5. This is why I know this one is possible by factorising. but it would have taken me a lot longer to work it out. So 7 plus 5, all divided by 2 times 2, so that's 4, or 7 minus 5 divided by 4. So 7 plus 5 is 12 divided by 4, so A is 3, or 7 minus 5 is 2 divided by 4, so that's A is a quarter, and we need the value where A is less than 2. So the answer is A equals a quarter, because A equals 3 is too big. Okay. Right, calculate the mean and standard deviation of these prices. We've got prices in thousands of pounds. So 129,000, 134,000 and so on. Calculate the mean and standard deviation of these prices. Now this is where we need our formula sheet again. It really doesn't like me, this sheet. Let's see. Standard deviation, I don't think you can see it there. I'm going to use the first one of the two for the standard deviation. Remember, you only use the one that you prefer, and that's the square root of the sum of x minus x bar all squared over n minus 1. So I'm going to write that up here in the corner. The square root of the sum of x minus x bar all squared all over n minus 1. Right, let's start. I need my x's, I need my x minus x bars, and I need my x minus x bar all squared. I am going to use the handy line drawer so I don't have to try and draw lines. There we go. I'll go back to my numbers. I'm going to use these numbers here, so 129, 134, 125, 147, 190 and 175. I need to total them up. Calculator comes back out and I have 129 plus 134 plus 125 and 147 and 190 and 175. Got a total of 900, and I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I'm going to divide that by 6 and I get 150. So x bar is 150. We were asked for the mean, so we want to write the mean. And it's thousands of pounds. X minus x bar. So 129 minus 150 is minus 21. 134 minus 150 is minus 16. We have got minus 25. We have minus 3. In this one we've got plus 40 and we've got plus 25. So we've got 65 here, we've got 25, 46, 47, 48, 49, 59. I need a calculator for this, my brain shut down. So let's just do it. So I've got 40 plus 25 is 65, and I'm taking away 21 and 16 and 25 and 3. And we get 0, which is what we needed. Now we know we're safe to continue. Okay, so 21 squared is 441. 16 squared is 256. I feel like I should have known that one. 25 squared is 625. 3 squared is 9. Remember, when you square a number, you lose the negative sign attached to it. So don't worry about trying to get your calculator to recognize that. 40 squared is 1600. And 25 squared again is 625.